bang your butt? Look me in the eyes. You, sir, deserve this motherfucker gets it. I saw that shit and I went, oh, he's not even fucking stoned. That fucking guy was paying attention is all you were doing. Let me guess, 1 and 1 equals. No. Pretend you're not in San Francisco, fuckface. 1 and 1 equals 2. All right, unbelievable.
You must not have read his book.
Right, which is why he's here today. You want me to sit here and do that?
Yes.
You guys because I'm so adorable when I'm all adrenalized like this.
Bring it on.
I go by Starbucks and I cause caffeine to happen.
Now, I'm not as young as I used to be, so I might have to put my glasses.
Well, I
have a couple listener questions.
I'm only semi-Caucasian tonight, so I might dance on your skull.
Check.
Are we recording right now? Because I'm giving you some good lines. You don't want to miss this shit.
I am here with the great Ted Nugent, Motor City Madman, Uncle Ted,
the Whack Master, and the Strap Assassin one. Do you even know what those terms mean?
Yes, I do.
It means I kill many things.
I watch Spirit of the Wild all the time on the Outdoor
I swear to God. Do you really?
I never miss an episode. The best. What's great?
If there's hope for America, it would be found right here.
You guys have seen?
Do you really though? I mean,
you guys seen this show?
These guys live that stuff, man.
First of all,
because I
there's
represent
a camera.
the spirit.
You run the camera by yourself. You
have you ever noticed how you do that? How cute that is?
He first thing on the show, he kills an animal, and the rest of the show, he's tracking the animal and plugging the gear that you use.
Yes, indeed. Showing reverence for the beast. Reverence that brings my belly spirit
I love that
protein.
Show. I never miss an episode.
Barack. Okay,
there you go. And that leads me to the hunting.
That's the only decent use of toxic gas, by the way, stating the president's name.
I have dogs called Salukis. We take our dogs on jackrabbit hunts.
Killer dogs, Salukis.
And we killed jackrabbits, and I wanted to know...
In California?
In California.
I love when you do that, man.
I want to know what's the best way to cure a rabbit's foot or a raccoon tail. If you kill a rabbit and want to take the foot, how do you preserve that foot?
How do you kill your jackrabbits?
Our dogs kill them.
I love when dogs
The dogs
kill
chase them.
Have you seen my band? Those are my dogs, and they kill shit too. All right. Well, obviously, you know, even though we joke, and I'm a funny guy, there is a spirit to what brings us food, and to me, rabbit is sacred flesh. I mean, that's pure organic.
We don't leave
we
don't leave the rabbits laying there.
Well, sometimes, you know, if it's hot and you have to worry about what is it called, my hunting buddies? The thing, not trichinosis. Is it trichinosis with rabbits and bears and hogs? If you get, I guessed right. I'm no. Well, you have to worry about that too. But if it's too hot, it's not a sin to leave the beast if you are performing a function of balance. For example, one of the reasons you love me so much is because I'm the only guy you will ever do an interview with, much less the only guy you will ever know exists, that was in a helicopter in northern Texas in April with my M4 machine gun, killing 169 pigs and 11 coyotes in one morning.
All right, I want to talk about the feral pigs in a second, but what is the best way to cure a rabbit's foot?
The best way is obviously take his little jammies off. That would be skinning them.
Yes, that's not fun. I skin
what I typically do is I gut them and leave the guts for the other critters to eat. Though I think on some of these TV shows, I think Andrew Zimmern would probably eat that stuff, which is adorable. But I take the meat and I immediately get the meat clean and cold. Right. And I take the little jammies. In the old days, you know how to deal with the rabbit skin, don't you? I wore them on stage.
By the time the dogs get finished with the rabbit, there's no
they're probably not. Well, the dogs are being dogs, raw dogs and war hogs. So ultimately, you take that rabbit's foot and you skin it up the leg bone. You break it off at the joint. And
with the fur on it.
With the fur on it. Which you open up a little bit just so you can get some salt down into.
Oh, you pour salt in it.
Pour salt down in there, and there's probably you can also use brains.
Same with a raccoon tail as well.
All dead critters can be treated thusly. I saw some on the way here tonight, in fact, that needed it. But you take. No, believe me, they weren't square upright.
I really.
Sort of. You can also do a brain tanning, which is a Native American thing, which is another pure example of proper and reverential utility of God's renewable creatures.
Brain tanning, how you?
Brain tanning.
There you go. Okay.
Well, first of all, you have to leave California so you can find a fucking brain.
So
Are you from San Francisco here?
I'm actually originally from Jacksonville, Florida, but I live in San Francisco.
Cool. I love Jacksonville, Florida.
I saw you open for Robin Trower at the Jacksonville Coliseum.
Yes, indeed.
Free-for-all tour.
In my youth, I was adorable, was I not?
You played Dual Showmans back then. Then you went to Peavy's.
Six dual Showmans driven by 6-fender twin reverbs, which is why I can barely hear a word you're saying right now. And I'm giving you my only good ear. I have my good ear on you, which means I love you. And then I went to Peavy's probably, I'm going to say 25 years ago, just because I was able to get that Gibson Birdland threshold to feed back without the ridiculous skull-numbing volume, which I'm a big fan of skull-numbing volume. In fact, a lot of my fans from the 70s, what used to be a skeleton is now talcum powder.
Well, my friend saw you at Laughlin 2 days ago, and he says the loudest
best show of his life.
He said it was the loudest show he's ever been
to. Loudest show of my life, and I can hardly stand myself. And it's only getting better, and I have to attribute that to the gods, the Dogs of War, Mick Brown on drums, Greg Smith on bass guitar, and the return of Derek St. Holmes, the soul brother voice from Motown. I got the best band on planet Earth. This is every guitar player's dream, to have these kind of passionate, talented, gifted believers in your band. So this is the best tour of my life.
How did Derek St. Holmes get back in the band? Did you call him up?
Well, Derek and I have always been in touch. In fact, a lot of people don't acknowledge because the media pretends I'm not here. By the way, I've got a little something for you. And believe me, I have plenty of those. If you need more, I had a bumper crop and fuck yous this year. So if any of you are short on them, I got plenty to share. Any questions? Then fuck you. Okay. Anyhow, the band. Derek St. Holmes. In 94, 95, 96, Derek recorded the Spirit of the Wild record with me. Right. And did, God's work. I mean, you listen to play and listen, celebrate and dance to Love Jacker on Spirit of the Wild, and the Fred Bear song, which has been the #1 song in Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania for 23 years. Are you kidding me? I mean, if that's not defiant, that's better than what Little Richard did. The gay black guy with the pompadour. I mean, are you kidding me? And I'm more defiant than that, and that's impossible. Anyhow, so nobody got that one. Okay, I ain't done yet. I ain't done yet. I'm still answering your question. Let me see if I can. There you are. So Derek has always jammed. He's been my blood brother since 71, 72. He has some different musical visions, and everybody should pursue their visions. We celebrate Independence Day every day. So if you have some musical visions and you think you can better accomplish and pursue those in a different path, then I'll help you. God bless, Godspeed.
You guys have always been on good terms. He just goes off and does
well, I'm not saying perfect terms, because sometimes our musical visions might have clashed. But that's okay. I'm a big fan of clashing. I mean, the whole American dream is based on clash. So what I did is I stood strong to what I believe the music should do, and he did the same. So in the last, 10 years at least, he's coming on stage all the time jamming anyhow. And when he comes up and he sings Stranglehold with that original voice, I mean, are you kidding me? And then he sings Hey Baby, and he sings Just What the Doctor Ordered. I finally got him. I went, hey, motherfucker, enough with the jamming bullshit. You're in the band. And I think last thing I heard was yes, sir. So this year we decided he's going to be in the band full time. And Derek has got so much talent. Watch how I unleash. He's my rhythm guitar player, and he plays better leads than 99% of the lead guitar players out there, which is another example about how we were raised about being the best that you can be. And right now, Mick, Greg, and Derek are so the best that they can be, which makes my music the best it can be, which is why I'm going to completely obliterate all of you tonight.
When I saw you at the horse races, I saw him at a horse race for $5.
Was that the race I was breeding or just playing?
Lone Star. The horse.
That's that in Dallas. That's right. Yeah.
The horse got hurt, and I don't know if they had to put the horse down, but Ted said, "Let's have a moment of silence for the horse." And he said, "The only thing I like better than a fast horse is a dead horse."
Well, I have 5 French fans. We got to get them some steaks.
And the whole audience went, "Oh my God!"
Did anybody grasp that the French eat horse meat? Get over it. Okay.
I know, and I said, "God damn this!"
Derek, get over here, Derek.
Oh, Derek St. Holmes. Back in the band, Derek St. Holmes.
Hell yes, man. I was just explaining how we couldn't stop the Motown spirit. Derek St. Holmes, the voice, the miracle voice of Stranglehold, Just What the Doctor Ordered, Hey Baby, and Turn It Up, which are the soundtrack of American.